anyone can do anything within reason. There's this general notion in the U.S. that, you know, you'll hear the phrase, you know, anybody can grow up to be president, right? God, until recently, it depended on kind of a lot of things, but the point is that the notion that in principle anyone could grow up to be president, anyone could grow up to do anything is there. This is different from a lot of places in the world, I've got to say. Look at one of our great American icons, Arnold Schwarzenegger. As you know, he's Austrian. I'm making a little bit of a joke there. He's from Graz. He's from near Graz. I just served in Austria before this. Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? He grew up in Graz. He took a course he did go to university. He took a course to be an engineer and a bricklayer. In Austria, as in Germany, and I love Europe. I really am a Europhile, I guess you'd call it. But in Austria, as in much of Europe, you are what you study. If you, for instance, took a course to be, I don't know, a stenographer, you know, you take notes at court, that's all you are. That's what you are. You are that. And so, as far as Austrians are concerned, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a bricklayer. The fact that he decided, I'm going to become a bodybuilder, I'm going to go and become famous as a bodybuilder, I'm going to go to the States, I'm going to go into acting, and now I'm going to become a politician, be a governor. As far as Austrians are concerned, that's all great. The bricklayer is now a governor. In the United States, nobody cares what he studied. Nobody cares. Nobody knows what Arnold Schwarzenegger studied. All they care about is he is what he is. He's the governor who was this big actor and all this stuff. It's kind of nice. You can erase your past in the U.S. within reason. Now, it doesn't mean that people don't care about their degrees. I'm really proud of my degree. Whatever, you know, that's true. But there is that anyone can do anything mentality out there. So if somebody comes into a business relationship and I just met a guy that's a railroad builder. He came here looking at railroad possibilities. Well, he didn't spend his career in railroad. He didn't grow up learning about railroad. He was in government. Now he's in railroad. Okay, maybe in 10 years he'll be doing something else. You know, I guess it's interesting. Maybe the lesson here is, unlike here, you know, unlike in Peru, unlike a lot of places, we're considered illegitimate in the U.S. to use faith-based, theological-based analyses to discuss matters of public policy that deal with faith-based, religious-based, you know, for the abortion debate. Without getting into it, because sticky anywhere you go. You know, anyone who introduces a sort of a religious-based view on abortion is considered to be introducing something that has no space, no reason to be in the public space. That's interesting. And the final thing I'll raise, and then we can just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and I noted this with the military when I was in Afghanistan, is that we tend to see the world as subject to engineering solutions. What I mean is, you know, if there's a problem, you can fix it by building something, creating something. I like to tell the military guys when I was in Afghanistan, you know, development is not an engineering task. You know, development is not about building dams and building roads and building bridges and all that. That's all we did. But that's not what it's about. Development is about, you know, building capacity and having people, you know, making changes in the minds of people, things like that, in addition to providing opportunities and providing structure. But we, the Americans, tend to see the world as a big engineering project. And so we think that, you know, when we talk about our great kind of economic accomplishments, political accomplishments, you know, like as I was mentioning before, during the 19th century, one of the big ones is the building of the transcontinental railroad, the first railroad to go from east to west in Lincoln. That's a big deal for, I mean, that's considered a big deal in America. Well, why? We just built the railroad, right? We just put the tracks. It was a very typical thing, obviously, but what's interesting is that the simple accomplishment of an engineering task it had all kinds of implications naturally, but the simple accomplishment of an engineering task is considered to be a kind of a benchmark, not only because it gave the possibility of a group of great people and all the rest, but because they did it, they accomplished it. Same thing with the building of the Panama Canal. I mean, this is considered to be a big deal because it was undoable before we were able to make it happen. Just because it's kind of hard to do. Landing on the moon, big engineering task. And out there, put a lot of money into it, did a lot of study, had a lot of tremendous effects. When I was growing up in the 60s, gosh, I did the moon program. That was great. I couldn't, you know, it was, the thing about it, in the middle of Vietnam, in the middle of the Great Society, the civil rights issues and all that, it was a big deal. But it's bigger because it's a big engineering thing. So that was kind of